In recent weeks, South Africa's political stage has been nothing short of dramatic, with high-stakes confrontations that have captured the attention of citizens across the country. The sparks were first ignited when former Minister Malusi Gigaba issued fiery criticisms of the proposed Government of National Unity, or GNU, expressing deep concerns about the potential risks of such a coalition. At the same time, Minister Senzo Mchunu found himself in the eye of a storm, suspended amid allegations of corruption and political interference, allegations that have not only rocked the African National Congress, but have also cast a shadow over the country's democratic institutions. Adding to the political turbulence, Parliament's Ad Hoc Committee investigating Lieutenant-General Mkhwanazi's claims has struggled under the weight of disputes over evidence, credibility, and control. In this episode of trendMzansi, we unpack these events, explore the factions behind the scenes, and discuss what these tremors might mean for President Cyril Ramaphosa's leadership, the ANC, and South Africa's democratic trajectory. To understand the full impact of these recent events, it is important to trace the historical context that frames the current political scene. Malusi Gigaba, once hailed as a rising star in the ANC and widely recognized for his role in critical portfolios such as finance and home affairs, has always been a figure capable of commanding attention. Known for his articulate speeches and strategic thinking, he has built a reputation as both a loyal party member and a bold voice unafraid of controversy. His recent criticisms of the GNU are particularly significant because they come at a time when South Africa is facing increasing pressure from opposition coalitions, shifting voter sentiment, and questions about the ANC's ability to maintain a strong governing majority. Gigaba's public objections to the GNU, which he claims could undermine the ANC's authority and influence, have drawn both praise and criticism, highlighting the internal tensions within the party. Meanwhile, Senzo Mchunu's situation has added another layer of complexity. A veteran politician with decades of experience in government, Mchunu has served as Minister of Police and has been involved in numerous key initiatives. However, his recent suspension pending a judicial commission of inquiry into corruption and political interference allegations has intensified scrutiny on the ANC's internal dynamics. Lieutenant-General Mkhwanazi, whose allegations sparked the investigation, has painted a picture of political meddling in law enforcement, raising pressing questions about governance, accountability, and institutional integrity. The Ad Hoc Committee tasked with investigating Mkhwanazi's claims has faced its own set of challenges, including disagreements over evidence, the credibility of witnesses, and procedural control. These delays and disputes have frustrated many observers, but they also reveal just how difficult it is to balance transparency, accountability, and political sensitivities in a system where power is highly contested. The clashes between Gigaba and Mchunu also highlight a broader issue within South African politics, the tension between party loyalty and public accountability. On one hand, Gigaba's criticism of the GNU can be seen as a defense of the ANC's traditional dominance in governance, a call to maintain cohesion and strategic control. On the other hand, Mchunu's suspension and the inquiry into his conduct underscore the importance of holding leaders accountable, even when it challenges established power structures. This duality reflects the ongoing struggle within the ANC and the broader political landscape, as leaders attempt to balance internal party interests with the demands of a democratic system that increasingly expects transparency and integrity from those in positions of authority. Adding yet another dimension, the parliamentary inquiry into Mkhwanazi's allegations has become a focal point for debates about secrecy versus public interest. Some argue that sensitive evidence must remain confidential to protect national security and the safety of witnesses, while others insist that full public disclosure is essential to preserve trust in government institutions. This tension has played out in committee meetings, with heated discussions over who should control access to documents, which testimonies should be public, and how the findings should be reported. The decisions made in this inquiry are likely to set important precedents for how South Africa handles allegations of corruption and political interference in the future. The political ramifications of these events extend far beyond individual reputations. The ANC, long regarded as the dominant party in South African politics, is navigating a period of unprecedented scrutiny. With internal disagreements exposed in public forums, the party faces the challenge of maintaining unity while addressing legitimate concerns about governance and accountability. Opposition parties, particularly the Democratic Alliance and the Economic Freedom Fighters, are closely monitoring these developments, ready to capitalize on any perception of weakness or internal disarray within the ANC. The outcomes of these confrontations will influence not only the party's electoral prospects, but also the broader public's confidence in South Africa's democratic institutions. Looking ahead, several possible scenarios emerge. If the ANC successfully navigates these internal disputes, reinforces transparency, and demonstrates effective governance, it may emerge stronger and more resilient. Conversely, if these tensions escalate without resolution, they could weaken the party's cohesion, embolden opposition coalitions, and diminish public trust in government institutions. For President Ramaphosa, managing this delicate balance is critical. His leadership is being tested on multiple fronts, maintaining party unity, ensuring accountability, and responding to public expectations for honest, effective governance. The decisions he makes in the coming months will have lasting implications for his presidency and the future direction of South African politics. In conclusion, the recent developments involving Malusi Gigaba, Senzo Mchunu, and the Ad Hoc Committee's inquiry into Lieutenant-General Mkhwanazi's allegations represent a defining moment in South Africa's democratic journey. These events illuminate the complexities of balancing party loyalty, public accountability, and institutional integrity in a dynamic political environment. They also highlight the importance of civic engagement, transparency, and vigilance in safeguarding democratic principle. For those following these developments closely, subscribing to trendMzansi ensures you remain updated with in-depth analysis, expert insights, and thoughtful commentary. Share your perspectives in the comments below, engage with fellow viewers, and join the conversation. Your participation strengthens public dialogue and contributes to a more informed, active, and resilient democracy in South Africa.